I love public schools, the official mask of the Fayetteville Education Association. Such a sweet message there. I don't really know if this is the official mask or not, but we need to find out how good is this mask, and we need to follow science because everyone says follow science. So we're going to use an oscilloscope to help us out. Actually, the oscilloscope doesn't do that much for us. For that, we are just using it as a backlight. But still, oscilloscopes are science, and we're going to follow science. So I've got a ruler that is 1/100th of an inch increments. So let's use this to help us measure these dots on this mask. And let's go ahead and zoom in our phone as much as we can zoom in to look at these dots. And wow, look at this. Those holes are almost exactly 1/100th of an inch on the front side. And on the back side, there's 2 layers of fabric, don't worry, because you need multiple layers to keep you safe. So there's another layer back here, and these have holes in them too, but that's okay. There's 2 layers. What does this mean, 1/100th of an inch? It's kind of hard to figure that out. So using my AutoCAD, just look at my other screen up here. Let's see if we can see this. I drew a ring, and this ring is in scale of 1/100th of an inch. And inside I put a coronavirus. And you're saying, oh yes, I see this coronavirus. It's yellow. No, actually you're wrong. That's a piece of pollen. Zooming the wrong way. Let me use my mouse. No, the yellow actually is a grain of pollen compared to the hole in this mask. And this is it's a standard store-bought mask. I have other masks with the holes the same size. So let's zoom in a little bit more. You're like, oh yeah, I think I see it. It's a little dot right there. And I would say, no, actually that is a bacteria. A bacteria is a lot larger than a virus. Let's keep zooming in. Ah, we're getting to see it. There is our coronavirus. So if we look at the coronavirus versus the size of the hole in our mask, we get about this. So what does that mean? Well, they say, don't worry, each of these little coronaviruses is stuck to a piece of spit that sticks into your mask and won't go through. So if your mask is all nice and sticky and spitty, then you are safe. I guess. But this is a visual relative size of a coronavirus and the whole of your standard store-bought mask. Now, an N95 mask has a lot tighter weave. It'll actually block out this bacteria. The bacterias, they don't want the bacteria to get into the surgical wounds if the doctor is doing surgery, whatever. It'll actually block this out. It's small enough, the weave. Now this will still go through it, but it'll block this bacteria out, and it'll block out the pollen. But anyway, this is our my best version of science, looking at the scale. The other scale idea that I've got to give you another idea. If this was the size of a basketball, so hold a basketball in your hand, how big would this ring be? This ring would be almost exactly 1 mile across if this was the size of a basketball. Yes. If this was a basketball, we would be looking at 1 mile across. So anyway, hope you don't get corona.